embarrassing.
When it comes to the black tank, we've made our fair share of mistakes.
So I'm gonna come up with a better solution.
And mistakes that involve the black tank are appropriately referred to as a poopsie.
I had worse than a poopsie. It's like the valve wasn't even closed. As soon as I took the cap off, it just went exploding.
For new RVers, the black tank might seem gross, but it's really not that bad. And there's some tricks to make it less gross.
A little gray to make sure it's okay. Push it in, then rip the cord on the black. Oh my gosh.
In this video, we'll talk about emptying it, where to empty it, how to clean it, best practices, inside and out, and how to make your own tank deodorizer that will save you money and works great.
And that's it.
That's it.
That's easy.
Yeah.
This video was prompted by our recent visit with KYD Insiders Matt and Brenda, who run Kleen Tank of Austin.
We pop up Kleen Tank of Austin.
Okay.
That's us.
As you'll see, they're very good at what they do. But this episode is not sponsored. We just find their service helpful, and if you want a sparkling clean tank, there are dealers all across the country.
That's incredible.
It's satisfying, isn't it?
It is. I mean, a little gross.
But satisfying.
It's your take, so those are your smells.
No. This was all the previous owner. None of this. None of this is ours.
Right.
This next part was not my idea.
That's fantastic. Turns out that the air fryer uses about 1100 watts of AC power. Who would have thought? What did I get there?
Just get the chocolate.
I hope so.
It's chocolate. Get the chocolate off your vest.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
You have to, if you're gonna do brownies inside of your air fryer, you have to go longer and at lower heat because it will just burn the top of them. So anyway, that's just a little tip, but we'll pull it out and we'll see how it is. So background noise is your friend when you're in an RV. And I don't know why RV companies do this, but they do not put locks on an RV bathroom door. Like, what are we doing? That's like the worst practical joke you could play on a family. So you might not need this trick when it's just the two of you, but if there's more than one person and you don't want a brother walking in on a sister or vice versa, because that could be family mayhem.
Oh, I'm sorry, okay? I'm sorry.
Just have some kind of cue that someone is in the bathroom. For us, we like to put on the fan because it provides a little ambient noise out here, and it also indicates to everybody, hey, there's someone in here.
It's our do not disturb button. One thing I wanted to share, if you're really new at RVing and you didn't do the delivery or walk around when you got the RV, you might not know that there's little clips up in here. So Trish turned the fan on over the oven, but because our RV is technically in storage mode right now, we want to keep this closed so that no critters or anything's crawling up there. So we just kind of flip these tabs open right here, and then the air starts flowing out. So if you're really super new, you might not know that this is something you might need to check or close when you go into storage.
They're almost done. 1 minute. I'm gonna leave them in there though, because I'm just gonna let the heat continue to cook them slowly.
Okay.
Okay, if you're totally new to RVing, you
Yes.
might wonder, how does the RV like take everything I'm giving it? Right? You wash your hands, you go to the bathroom, and then you expect water to come out of the sink. Well,
Yes.
there's 3 main tanks. There's a freshwater tank.
Ooh.
There's, okay, I know, I'm coming for you. Okay. Okay, there's a freshwater tank, there's a gray water tank, and there's a black tank. So we're gonna kind of dabble around, but one of the most important things we want you to know is how to avoid a poopsie. So we're gonna talk about emptying your black tank.
Grab some disposable gloves. This is a new little seat that Brenda and Matt got us. Isn't that cool? Kind of handy. All right, come on. In order to empty your tank, first we need to talk about what you need. So I got my gloves on. Come over here, Trish. I want to show this. I've got 2 carriers. I actually had Ronnie, when we were doing our dream build, I had him add this extra carrier. But check this out. It's pretty interesting. You see how this hose is right here? These things they telescope. And a lot of times when they're installed almost the entire width. And so what happens is you put your sewer hose in there, and it gets tucked way in the back where it's hard to reach. I got tired of that. So now, when I store my hose, I store it completely, what is that? Collapsed? That is as deep as this pipe is. So it's always sitting right there. Plus, it's just a little less grimy. So what I used to have to do, like for instance this one, perfect example. It's way back in there. So then I used to have to go get something. You know, you don't want to reach your hand in there. So I used to go get something to pull it out. I kind of got.
Ew!
I know. That's what I thought. So how I would store these is I would collapse the back and then I would leave it out so it could reach. But I think it's way better if you're going to install one to make them telescope in. They make little. I sometimes use a little carabiner because these things will inevitably, at night, maybe you think you closed it, but you didn't. And then this thing falls off when you're driving. And then the sewer hose snakes out. She's so calm, I rolled the window down and she goes, "You have a hose hanging out." I'm like, oh,
okay.
Why thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, just get right back in there. What are you doing? What are you doing out?
I'm just doing the whole thing.
Speaking of sewer hoses, this is not really, these Rhino hoses, they're not very expensive. We've had expensive ones before. I would rather get a brand new one every season than buy a nice one and take care of it. So like there's a time period in which you want to operate a sewer hose, and I feel like annually, I just want to buy one of these every year. So I also like that these are kind of rigid, the way they telescope, and so I've had good luck with this. So before we actually dump, I want to talk about how to avoid a poopsie. Okay, the first thing is, these valves tend not to be work 100% of the time. The Airstream valves actually do work pretty well, but on any other towable RV we've had, when it came time to open this cap right here, you can see just a couple drips, not bad. On our previous rigs, when I would open this cap, I didn't know what was gonna happen. And this is like the first line of defense to avoid a poopsie are these Valterra twist caps. It's essentially a valve right at the end that you actually put on right here, and it twists on. It twists on just like this, and then it's a valve right before this cap. That way you can take the cap off and you're not gonna get any surprises. Like I said, Airstream, their valves are really good, and I haven't needed it. If I had any other towable RV, I would 100% recommend doing that. Okay, the second way to avoid a poopsie, and those who have been following the channel for a long time have heard me say this, is a little gray keeps the drama away. Now we'll pull a little bit of gray. We'll make sure all of our, that's enough. Just make sure everything is good. Pull a little gray to keep the drama away. Then I'll pull my black.
That's good. That's a good saying.
It's a great saying, because I tell you what, it just takes one little thing not being connected completely, and depending on your environment, who's watching, concrete, grass, it could be
explosive.
Once I can check all the connections, I put the gray back in, I pull the black, I completely drain, and then I pull the gray so that the gray water flushes out all the stuff and I can just put my hose back. The key to success with your black and gray tank is to keep these valves closed, let them fill all the way, so that when you do dump, they've got momentum and they've got weight and they drain out completely. So, and many times if I'm gonna camp at a site for 1 or 2 nights, when we pull in, I'm not gonna hook up my sewer hose at all. Because if I know I'm not gonna have to empty while we're at that site, I'd rather just do it at the end of the trip. So we pull in, I might connect water, I might connect electric, but I'm not gonna get my sewer hose, I'm not gonna get my gloves on. We'll take showers, we'll do dishes, we'll do all that stuff. And then the next day when it's time to leave, then I'll go get my sewer hose one time, connect it up, pull a little gray, check the connections, put it back, pull black, pull gray, put the sewer hose away, and we're gone. So, you know, a lot of times you just think when you pull up at a site, you just have to go set up and you gotta get everything set up, but you're not really using your sewer hose until all the tanks are full. So, water is your friend, fill the tanks up and let it go. A lot of people, when they leave, if you're at a site for a long time and you leave your black open, what's happening is your holding tank is it's just creating clogs and disgusting things at the bottom of the tank and inside your sewer hose. There's no flow, so you don't want to do that. We just keep everything closed and flush one time. Okay. Let's talk about cleaning out your black tank. So here's our Water City inlet, and then right below it is the Sani flush. So this right here goes right to the black tank. You hook up ideally a separate hose, not your freshwater drinking hose, obviously. You hook up like a black or gray hose into this connection, and then this is going to go down into your black tank, and it might have some sort of mechanism that sprays around or sprays like this to clean out your tank. Same as dumping. You're going to let it fill and then pull it, and then it dumps out. I don't think it's as effective as you're going to hear Matt from Kleen Tank as using the Flush King. And this is a device that you would hook directly up to your tank, and you hook the hose up right here, and you'll really fill it with water. And Kleen Tank says that this is much more effective. It's very easy to use, so you'll see it a little bit later in this video. You know, if you don't have access to gloves, eventually it's gonna happen. You're not gonna have gloves. Emptying your black and gray does not have to be a messy job. You can do it very carefully, and everything will be fine, and you can wash your hands and it'll all be fine. Sometimes I feel like the gloves and some of the protective safety stuff makes us a little careless. Lackadaisical. Think that it's providing some sort of, it's just a little rubber glove, right? And sometimes you're just going down there and doing your thing. If I know I don't have gloves on, I'm very careful. Slow as pro. Connect it, a thing, and I don't have to touch everything. I can empty, put it back, wash my hands. All is fine. We've been doing this for 9 years now. I've never had pink eye, never had giardia, never had. We've had plenty of poopsies, but it's never manifested into something that led to total and utter regret. Well, once.
No more, no soup for you.
It was worse than soup. And no more for you. No more for me. Okay. Ooh, these look good.
You've been sitting in here for a little while, so it's still pretty hot. This is just a little spring form pan. You know that you'd make like a cheesecake in.
Oh. It didn't come with the air fryer.
No.
That's your pan.
That's my pan.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. So we'll see how it worked. It could still be kind of goopy. Oh, maybe not. I don't know. I probably could have just left it in here.
Yeah. Ooh. That looks all right.
That's good. That's not terrible. I think it's still a little gushy. I think you could leave it in there for about 45 minutes. Maybe even you could turn it up to 315. You just have to be really careful because you feel that.
Oh, that's the good part though.
Yeah, it cooks this before it cooks that if you try and go too high.
Do you think you're gonna bring this air fryer with us on our next few trips?
Why not?
Yeah.
Keeps the rig kind of cool.
Yeah.
I just don't know where to store it upright because, you know, we don't really have that kind of room here.
Well, we can put it under our bed, I guess,
This
huh?
is not a fifth wheel.
No.
So.
But it is nice having an air fryer. Hot, crispy things.
Yes.
Because the oven is
no bueno.
No bueno, and the microwave is just limited.
Really, all I want is this.
Oh.
I'm a muffin top stealer. Yes.
You just want the crispy top?
I just want the crispy top.
Now we got to talk about where to find a dump station.
Okay.
Because we get this question a lot.
Yes.
Because we dry camp a lot.
Yes.
Is this distracting?
It really is.
I think it'd be helpful to first share with everybody how we travel. Because we do prefer to dry camp as much as possible, but then how do we manage our tanks?
Because we can.
Yeah.
Because we can. So I think everybody goes through their own evolution of how they enjoy camping, and then they figure out a system that works for them. For us at this point, because I never liked dry camping.
Not before.
I felt, no.
With the kids.
With the kids, I just felt like we were out in the middle of nowhere. It just wasn't my gig. Now I'm like, where can we go? That's just out, and we would just be by ourselves. It's really kind of fun. So anyhow, for that, we travel for about like 3 to 5 days, and then we go and find an RV park. Probably on like the 4th day, 5 days if we're being like really
I mean, if we
strict.
know that we have to be out for longer than 5 days, then we'll be really good about our water. But we have found it to be easier to dry camp and then go into an RV park, book for 1 night, completely dump, drain, take a long shower, fill up our water, and then go out for another 3 to 5 days.
Yes.
Because otherwise, what we've found is the process of finding a place to not only dump, but finding a place to fill water can be very difficult sometimes. There we go.
I'm just gonna go all over the place.
City of Ellensburg Waste Treatment Plant. We talked to a woman over at the RV park next to the truck stop, and she said just go over the train tracks. There you go. And she said they'll let you dump for free.
There it is. I see it. I spy with my little eye.
That is definitely a dump station. So where do you find a place to dump? We are Harvest Host members.
Yes.
We love Harvest Host, and we're already in the app so much. If you're a member and you're thinking Harvest Host has that, you might need to update your app. And then if you go to map layers, you can click on the little map layer icon and turn on dump stations.
It's pretty cool.
I mean, thousands. They've added thousands of dump stations everywhere. So that's a way to do it. If you're not a Harvest Host member, I'm sure there's free apps. You can go to rvdumpsites.net, and there's ways that you can find it. All the Campendium. That's how we did it for a long time. RV Life app has it. All Stays.
Yes, All
has
Stays.
It. There's a whole bunch. Places that we dump in order of priority if we can't take care of it at an RV park. The first place we're going to do is a truck stop, typically Love's or Pilot. Not ideal by any means, and they're probably going to charge, I think, like $5, $5 or $7.
Which is worth it. But when we say not ideal, I think it's also because they typically put it over where the gas fuel is. And it's a little tricky to get in and out. But it's not always bad, but sometimes it's a little tricky. So if you want to like just Google satellite, before you get there, just so that you have a game plan.
Yeah. And I'm not a big fan of this, but it had to be done. And I didn't want to go to an RV park because that could be hit or miss, so here we are. Okay, so what's down below that? Maybe a dump station, and we don't like that because...
No. Those are usually run by like the city or the state that you're in. And so the etiquette in each one of these scenarios continues to just drop down and down and down. So never, just because the area is dry, never assume that someone didn't completely just flush
destroy
their black tank absolutely everywhere. Just have that in mind.
Yes.
Oh gosh.
Okay. Oh gosh, it's draining. Oh gosh. It's just draining. I mean, you can't make this stuff up. This is why I don't like public dump stations. Just letting it go.
Just let
We don't need a sewer hose.
Oh gosh.
And now I gotta go in there.
Do you have to though?
Okay, now below that, or maybe just above that, come to think of it, would be like a state park. A state park is a great place to go dump. The only drawback is if you're passing through a state park that's even close, well then you got to go into the park entrance and you got to typically go to the kiosks, say, hey, I want to go dump. They might charge some sort of fee, or they might just say, go ahead. But then you go into the state park and you got to drive around, go find the dump station, and then leave. It's typically an ordeal or a detour to go find this, but it's a great option. It's just
it is a great option because the manners of dumping is higher, and they're used to people coming in. There's usually like a charge, like it's $6.
Yes,
and it's on their little menu of charges. So just that alone is a convenience that the person that you're speaking to actually knows this is an option.
Yes, and then the last option is actually an RV park that we're not staying at. So we've been tempted before. We can't find any of these options. There's no truck stop. There's no anywhere. And we think, well, let's just maybe go into that RV park and ask them if there's a fee to dump. And surprisingly, it doesn't go that well. Either they're going to say no.
They just don't know what to do with you. It's not their fault. It's just that this isn't typical.
You could experience anything from, oh yeah, no problem, just find an empty site and dump and have a nice day. Or, well, sorry, we're not set up for that. We have to charge you our nightly rate. And we've actually done it before because we were in
bad shape.
And we're desperate. So you just don't know what you're going to get. And because it's unpredictable, I don't like to do it. Because I don't want to take the time to get off of a freeway, navigate into an RV park, stop, go in front, talk to them, and then find out that it's complicated. Let's talk about our visit recently with Kleen Tank. And
so nice.
We're going to cut to Matt and Brenda because we met up with them in San Antonio. They are the Kleen Tank dealers in the Austin area, and such a great visit, and I think there's a lot to learn.
Our friends are here, Charlie. Hi, Charlie. Hi.
Matt Taylor. Very nice to meet you as well.
So you don't need my sewer hose?
No, I got mine.
You bring your own. You bring everything.
I got everything to do the job 100%.
So all in all, how long does it take start to finish typically?
I give myself 2 hours.
Okay.
Okay, and that's for 3 tanks.
Oh, wow.
A motor coach has only got 2 tanks, in and out an hour.
Okay. And then what's your region for service? Your service region?
We cover a 100-mile radius.
From where?
From Georgetown.
Okay. And how?
This right here was 108 miles.
Okay. Just a scotch out.
We're not going to say, oh, you're 8 miles over.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay.
No,
Okay.
we're going to go take care of them.
Okay. I got
Right? Because they're calling me for a reason.
you. Yeah, that's true.
They're calling me for a reason, you know. See all this right here?
Yeah.
This is what's in your tank. That's what we're going to get that out of there.
Gotcha.
Yep.
So that's kind of an indicator?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So, is there anything in your tanks?
Yeah, there is.
Okay, good, good. I like to see the flow.
Okay. And you're doing the gray first?
Yes. Last Saturday, the lady swore up and down, man, this black tank is just awful. I got into that gray and I started getting so much mold out of it.
Yeah.
I said, that's your smell.
Interesting. Your grays can get real bad.
Because you have no way to flush them.
Oh.
There is no direct
Sandy
hookup.
flush.
Right. So for that, ta-da, Flush King.
Gotcha.
Very, very simple. Now you can clean your grays.
I see.
It's so simple. Showtime. coming
Showtime?
up. Here we go. Look,
Oh, yeah.
this is your black tank. This
Yeah.
is your odors.
Yeah. Well, you guys don't like the smell of roses?
Yeah, that's what that was. That's what that was. Lovely.
And that's after we emptied.
That's after you emptied it. Right. Because this is on the bottom of the tank.
Yes.
Right?
And that's a lot.
So, do you use any kind of chemical? That's an enzyme.
Okay.
It's doing its job.
Okay.
It's breaking everything down. Unfortunately, it's going to sit on the bottom of that tank.
Gotcha.
Even with this, it's
Yeah.
not going to get that out of there. Only this.
Yeah.
I flush that out first, then I'll go hit the grays.
Sure.
Because it's going to really just get everything out.
Yeah.
So cool, this has got some pretty good pressure. So until this tube fills up,
Yeah.
I'm not in, it's not in the tank yet,
Okay.
right? Because it's got to have pressure.
So this is something that people can do themselves.
Absolutely.
Flushing just like this.
I recommend it.
But, and you think this is better than just using the RV's Sandy flush?
1000% better.
Really? What makes it better?
So that system, for you to put 80% of the capacity, it's going to take you a while.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, I'm going to throw 80% capacity in just a few minutes.
Yeah.
The whole reason we even got into this was she said, it smells in here, Matt. I said, I just cleaned the tanks.
Yeah.
I did. I wasn't.
No. Yeah. You were emptying the tanks.
I was emptying the tanks.
You weren't cleaning the tanks.
Yes.
So that's what brought us, she said, hey, I found this. I said, let's book an appointment. And that guy come out and he said, ask me a question you want. I said, good, I'm going to start asking him. He said, you're asking a question like you're interested. I said, I sure am. This is something I can help people with.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I can help people. There's 38 right there. I'm gonna close this so nothing comes back on me.
Okay.
There's a lot of pressure on that.
Now, which one is this?
This is the black. This is your black.
That's pretty clean, actually, isn't it?
That's not bad for what we got out of there.
Yeah.
This system, better than your Sandy flush system. This is going to create that vortex,
Oh, yeah.
and it's gonna do like this and get everything out of your
Gotcha.
tank.
What is the best way for people to get in touch with you?
Kleentank.com.
Oh, yeah?
Yep, and
Okay.
find a dealer.
Okay.
You can do that nationwide, and you'll find the closest to you.
Okay.
You know.
But if they're coming through Texas, San Antonio,
Yeah.
Georgetown.
Yeah, we pop up Kleen Tank of Austin.
Okay.
That's us.
Gotcha.
That is us.
Okay.
There's a little present in here for him.
And he sees it.
And he sees it and he's like, Mom. Okay, no, you have to wait. You have to wait. Use your manners.
I'm going to put about 5 gallons back in.
Okay.
And I do that because we give our solution.
Mm-hmm.
That, hey, this is what we use. It's very simple. pine sol and calgon bath pearls.
Okay.
Very simple.
Yeah.
Tell the customer then, just go in there, treat your tanks, get done.
Brenda got back to us and she gave us the pine sol calgon recipe.
Ooh, thank you.
So you want to show everybody how to make it?
Yes, I have all the ingredients right over here, and I am so excited.
Okay, cool.
Okay, the tanks are clean, and it is a beautiful thing. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna deodorize and make the tank kind of like slippery, sloshy, okay? What we're gonna do is we're gonna do 2 ounces of this calgon,
Okay.
10 ounces of this for 1 quart of water.
Oh,
we're gonna
and?
fill the, then we'll fill the rest of this up, this is 1 quart, with water.
And by the way, if Kleen Tank cleans your tanks,
Yes.
they will provide this.
Yes.
Yep, that's your black and your gray. So down your toilet, your shower, and your galley sink.
Okay.
Follow the gray tanks with a little bit of water to get past a P-trap. You don't need to do that in your toilet. It's very sparkly. And for our customer, we have the quart bottle. That's 8 tank treatments, and each bottle has the recipe for the size bottle on it.
Oh, nice.
And then you can go on our website and you can get the recipe for a gallon bottle.
Okay, so we're gonna do 2 ounces of this,
Okay.
which is 1/4 cup. Just
Okay.
for anybody that wants to know. Oh, hey, and I need 10 ounces, so I might as well do this first.
Oh, good idea.
Okay, 10 ounces. Okay, we're gonna throw this in there.
Oh, nice.
That's
okay.
fun. These remind me of Orbeez.
Totally.
Okay, and then we'll throw them in.
Okay. And then the rest you fill up with water.
And the rest you fill with water.
That's pretty simple.
That's pretty simple. I filled it up with water.
Mm-hmm.
After the 10 ounces and the 2 ounces. And I'm gonna mix it up. You just kind of like swish it around before you pour it in.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that's it.
That's it.
That's easy.
Yeah.
We're really looking forward to going on some new trips, but right now, because it is the winter and we're helping Caleb recover, it was the perfect chance to talk about these things that you really need to know. And when you're new especially, you want to know from like ground zero,
Yes.
like, why aren't my sensors working?
Yeah.
And we're here to tell you, it's no big deal. So anyway.
Now, I've got to, here in just a couple days, I'm going to be back here. I got to pick up the rig because we are in desperate need of tires. And I knew I needed to replace the tires, but I just wanted to go all the way. And so we're going to be doing that next week. And then we're all set up. We've made the repairs, we made the mods, we have the tires, and then we're going to start hitting the road. We got some Florida trips that we mentioned last week that we're going to be doing. And
I think it's called RV life for a reason, because when you have an RV, you tinker with it, you have fun with it. Some people get to use it as a casita.
Yeah.
Other they let their kids camp in it.
Yes.
And it's a blast, but it is RV life because there are things to do to it, and it's not that big a deal if you just incorporate it into your other routine.
And we like sharing both sides. The travel, the how-to, the education, the black tank cleaning, and even some and a brownie recipe. All right, that's it for this one. Hope you liked it. If you did, hit the like button, and we'll catch you next Sunday.
Bye for now.
Oh, isn't that fun? Isn't that fun, Charlie? Oh, yay! I got a toy! I got a toy! Charlie, you're so funny. You funny dog. Oh, yeah. That's good. That's a good toy.